It's Hispanic Heritage Month, and today we want to feature a rock star Latina in our community.
She started as a stay-at-home mom, and now she's an award-winning filmmaker. Joining us now, Denise Cox. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I mean, we just started chatting with you during the break, and I'm learning all these things about you. And before we get to your award-winning film, please tell us a little bit about your family.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a Puerto Rican family, and we were in the Bronx originally, and then my parents wanted to get us out of the neighborhood. It was kind of turning to be a bad neighborhood, and they moved us to Westchester County, which is sort of the fancy area of town. And it was there that I realized that I was different. We were the only Puerto Rican family that was in my school district, and the interesting thing that happened was I didn't feel American enough to be living there, but then I also didn't feel Puerto Rican enough when I went to visit my family. And that was the beginnings of the inspiration of my film.
Yeah, and talk to us about that, like this idea of code switching, which us minorities, right, have to do in certain situations. But like, what is it like feeling not enough in both spaces, which you were a part of?
Right. So, I mean, it's very real and it's very invisible. We don't really talk about it, and then it ends up bleeding over into other parts of our lives. So not feeling like you're part of your own ethnic or racial group
It's hard.
is like, it's such a lonely experience, and then how that bleeds over is into not enoughness at work, or not enoughness in maybe wanting to write a book or make a movie or get a new job, start a new project, move to a new city. We end up dealing with a not enoughness all over our lives.
Something that really touched me is when we were talking before the cameras came on, is you said that you made your film in 2016 and it's gained traction because a lot of people are resonating with it. So how does that make you feel to know that your impact, so to speak, is inspiring younger generations of Latinas?
Yeah, well, it's kind of blows my mind because I didn't start off as a filmmaker. I made this film as a love letter to my community, which was the first generation Latinos in this country. It ended up resonating with all Latinos, but what the biggest surprise is, it resonated with people outside of my ethnic group. So I just received a note this morning from someone in Switzerland who is not Latina, and that was the biggest surprise. So many people outside of my community resonate, because the truth is that all of us in some way, shape, or form, if we have a heartbeat, feel like we don't belong at some point in our lives. And the film, I didn't realize it at the time, really speaks to that feeling.
Yeah, tell us more specifically about the film. What do we get when we watch it?
Yeah, so the film is very specifically about what it's like to be a part of the diaspora, to be first gen, to be caught between two different worlds. I interviewed about 100 people, and not everybody made it in, but some really amazing characters that everyone will know and recognize are in the film. And we speak about things that are unsaid, things that people don't take the time to talk about, which is why a lot of times the younger generation, like the other day someone said, oh my gosh, I was being interviewed by a podcaster, and she said we were watching it in my basement, and then my parents came down to call us for dinner, and they're like, what is that? And they sat down and they watched it together. And the reason why this is important is because it's not just for young people, although it's a gift to young people to feel like they have an opportunity to be understood by their parents who probably immigrated here and maybe don't realize what they're experiencing. And so it's an opportunity for dialogue between both generations.
That is so powerful.
Dialogue especially. Well done. Thank you so much, Denise. Very cool.
Yeah, and you can listen to more stories from powerful Hispanic women at juanabordas.com.